So how would it change your business if TikTok were owned by an American company instead of a Chinese company?
I believe it would change the dynamics of TikTok. It would change the culture of TikTok. We will be limited to what we can say and limited what we can do.
The United States has taken a significant step towards prohibiting TikTok following the passage of a bill by the House of Representatives. The bill demands that ByteDance, the Chinese developer of the app, either divest from the company or face removal from U.S. app stores. Recently, TikTok has once again made headlines, with the U.S. government threatening to ban the app, citing national security concerns. However, this ban seems to be a mere pretext. Merely because TikTok is of Chinese origin, the U.S. government accuses it of data collection on behalf of the Chinese government. In this video, we will explain why such accusations by the U.S. government are hypocritical. But before we delve into that, be sure to subscribe to our channel to receive more insightful videos like this one in the future. Hypocrisy number 1. The Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary-Controlled Applications Act garnered resounding bipartisan support, with 352 votes in favor and only 65 against. That's right, the act received overwhelming backing from both Republicans and Democrats, indicating a strong desire among the majority of American politicians to see TikTok banned in the country. Meanwhile, just a few months earlier, a bipartisan healthcare reform bill aimed at increasing transparency in healthcare costs received 320 votes in favor and 71 against. What does this tell us? It reveals that American politicians seem to prioritize TikTok over essential healthcare reforms for their citizens. The fact that more politicians supported the bill to ban TikTok than the healthcare reform bill underscores the hypocrisy within the United States. Hypocrisy number 2. Many members of the House of Representatives have argued that TikTok poses a risk by potentially allowing the Chinese government access to user data and the ability to influence Americans through its highly engaging algorithm. The White House has thrown its support behind the bill, with President Joe Biden stating that he would sign it into law if it passes through Congress.
Mr. President, do you still support banning TikTok? Would you sign that bill?
If they pass it, I'll sign it.
Indeed, President Joe Biden affirmed that he would sign the bill, leading to the ban of TikTok's operations on American soil or requiring it to be sold to an American company. This presents another instance of hypocrisy. While Biden labels TikTok as a national threat, he simultaneously created a TikTok account to appeal to young American voters.
The Chiefs or Niners?
Two great quarterbacks, hard to decide. But if I didn't say I was for the Eagles, then I'd be sleeping alone. My wife's a Philly girl.
Game or commercials?
Game.
Game or halftime show?
Game.
Jason Kelce or Travis Kelce?
Mama Kelsey. I understand she makes great chocolate chip cookies.
Deviously plotting to rig the season so the Chiefs would make the Super Bowl, or the Chiefs just being a good football team?
I'd get in trouble if I told you.
Trump or Biden?
Are you kidding? Biden.
This situation echoes the complexities of the Israel-Palestine conflict. On one side, the U.S. provides support to Israel through financial aid and weapons, while on the other, it also extends aid to the Palestinians. Washington's actions have drawn parallels to a two-faced entity, mirroring the dynamics of a two-headed snake. Hypocrisy number 3. Many individuals find the idea of banning TikTok logical and sensible because, just as China can ban social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Google, it seems reasonable for the U.S. to reciprocate, doesn't it? However, there are deeper layers to this narrative. The United States has long championed the concept of a free market, while Western media has often portrayed China in a negative light, labeling many actions by the Chinese government as wrongful and evil. Now it appears contradictory that Americans are considering following China's lead by banning TikTok. Such an action could be seen as a departure from the principles of a free market and potentially following in China's perceived evil footsteps. It's important to understand the reasons behind China's bans on platforms like Facebook and Google. China enforces a law mandating that foreign companies must store their data within Chinese borders. Consequently, companies like Google and Facebook failed to comply by storing their data in China to operate within the country's regulations. And this is the reason Facebook and Google were not allowed to operate in China. On the other hand, TikTok, developed by the Chinese company ByteDance, faces different scrutiny. To address concerns about national security, TikTok initiated Project Texas, whereby it stores its data within the United States borders and limits access to American companies only, as mentioned by the TikTok CEO.
The bottom line is this: American data stored on American soil by an American company, overseen by American personnel. We call this initiative Project Texas. That's where Oracle is headquartered. Today, US TikTok data is stored by default in Oracle servers. Only vetted personnel operating in a new company called TikTok US Data Security can control access to this data. Now, additionally, we have plans for this company to report to an independent American board with strong security credentials. Now, there's still some work to do. We have legacy US data sitting in our servers in Virginia and in Singapore. We're deleting those, and we expect that to be complete this year. When that is done, all protected US data will be under the protection of US law and under the control of the US-led security team. This eliminates the concern that some of you have shared with me that TikTok user data can be subject to Chinese law.
So, what's really happening here? The proposed ban on TikTok may be seen as a political maneuver, a spectacle orchestrated by US politicians to garner more votes in the upcoming election, rather than a purely logical response to security concerns. And hypocrisy number 4, it is all about the money, just like to what former Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said.
And I continue to believe that. So I think the legislation should pass, and I think it should be sold. I understand the technology. It's a great business, and I'm going to put together a group to buy TikTok.
You're trying to buy TikTok?
I am, because this should be owned by U.S. businesses. There's no way that the Chinese would ever let a U.S. company own something like this in China.
These were what he said. I think the legislation should pass, and I think it should be sold. It's a great business. I'm going to put together a group to buy TikTok. As evident, the crux of the matter revolves around financial interests. TikTok stands out as one of the rapidly expanding social media platforms globally, successfully captivating the youth demographic. Consequently, it presents a lucrative business opportunity, which explains why former Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin expresses such a strong interest in acquiring the company. What are your thoughts on our analysis? Feel free to share your opinions and leave comments below. If you found our content engaging, show your support by hitting the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more captivating videos like this one.